Imagine this. You write a letter to your GP, your local police department, your city council, only to be ignored because nobody there knows how to open an envelope. For people who prefer to interact, transact, communicate online, this is a reality. Their envelopes aren't being opened, and a lot of times their letters aren't even being received. At the moment, senior public servants, IT companies, scientists are having meetings, they're having debates, they're carrying out research into how public services can be more effective, more person-centered, more efficient, using blockchain, big data, artificial intelligence. And it's really, really exciting. But these are big, long-term programs. They're huge changes in culture. They're huge changes in infrastructure. And they're ignoring something that's important and more immediate. And that's the ability of public servants to interact with citizens and their communities online. Last year, the Office of National Statistics reported that 82% of adults in the UK use the internet every day. I'm one of those people. And a lot of us expect to be able to communicate and interact with our public services in the same ways that we do with all the other services in our lives. Our banks, our mobile phone providers, our supermarkets. But sometimes public servants don't have the skill, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the leadership, and they don't have the confidence. And that's where I come in. I'm part of a community of people who are outside public services, who want to help people inside public services use the internet in better ways to interact with communities, to transact with communities and involve them more in decision making. We are artists, we are academics, we are technologists, we're civic-minded, we're digitally experienced, and we're mavericks. And we are filling the leadership vacuum in public services to enable these interactions to happen online. I've been doing this for about 10 years, trying to help public services learn how to use the internet better to involve people like me in conversations and decision making. It's been quite difficult. It's usually very frustrating. These are risk-averse environments. They don't have the best technology in the world. They like to keep their heads below the parapet. But in the last 4 years or so, this practice of online engagement's become a little bit more normalized. And in the last 4 years, I've seen 3 really important things emerging. 1, interacting online is helping public services rediscover and discover the communities around them. Since January, I've been working with the Democratic Society in Scotland. And we help local government all across Scotland, from Shetland to the borders, learn how to bring online interaction into their public engagement work, their face-to-face public engagement work. We have been helping people understand there are online communities that exist, that they need to be present there, and it's okay, we can guide them to do that. We're hearing beautiful stories after we work with people about, I didn't know this person or this community group existed, and I live here. The stories, the interactions that are coming from availability, discoverability, transparency online is helping public services change. 2, interacting online is helping public services bring more empathy and compassion into the work they do. I was really fortunate to spend some time last week with some clinicians, some NHS clinicians, who use an online platform called Care Opinion to invite patients to share stories, good and bad, about the care they've received. They talked about granular things like, it's really not great to have the kitchen porters park the food trolleys outside the rooms of people who are nil by mouth. Or when I'm feeling frightened, a little bit uncomfortable, I'm getting treatment and the nurse's hands are cold, maybe that could be looked at. That prompted these clinicians to make small changes in their services. I met a clinician from the borders who's had such an intense relationship building experience on Care Opinion that the feedback she's getting from her patients is the core of a new service that she's providing, that she's building in the borders. Stories bring people together. And for public servants, the stories from people that they serve helps to expose the very granular things they would miss because they're so wrapped up in the machinery of everyday work. 3, interacting online is helping public servants see the art of the possible. By allowing them to touch something, to feel something, to experience a positive thing online, to rediscover communities, to hear the stories of the people that they serve, what they care about, is helping them think about how can they bring online engagement into the other work they do? How can they spread this out and make inclusivity a bigger part of the work they do, to build trust, to build relationships, to build better services? And this is where it comes back to the beginning. Public services need to walk before they can run. You really can't talk to someone about blockchain before they understand basic elements of using the internet, communicating online, and what basic data is. My community of mavericks, of artists, of technologists is here, is waiting for more people to join us. You can find us online. Start with me. Come in the fold. If you're outside, come in. If you're inside and you need outsiders, we are here for you. Thank you.